Hey you guys. Hey, we're down here at one of the boat docks, and here in Alaska right now, the fishing fleet is out in big numbers, and they're fishing for herring. And then also what people are doing, guys, is they're putting big cut down tree limbs and actual trees, and then at low tide they'll go out and they'll sink the trees, and then as the tide come in, the herring will come in and they'll lay their eggs on the branches. And it's amazing, you guys, what those eggs are worth. They're kind of a delicacy, and those eggs will be packed up and boxed and sold, as well as the herring. They'll be packed up and sold too. And what a lot of guys do, they'll actually put floating pens out, and they'll catch the herring, and then they'll fill the pens with debris, sticks, branches, logs, whatever they can, and then the herring will lay all their eggs right while they're in the pen, and then they will gather them up. But it's kind of interesting. The herring are really probably one of the biggest food sources anywhere in the Pacific Ocean for most all your fish, for your salmon, for your whales, seals. Most everything eats herring, and herring are kind of like a smelt, you guys. And back in Utah, we have something similar to them. They're called the Cisco. The Cisco are smaller than your herring. Your herring actually get pretty good sized, and they're a brilliant kind of silver, a little black on them, but mostly silver. But anyway, this is kind of neat, guys. This is an old cannery down here, and I don't believe that this one is still in working order. They have some other canneries in some of the other cities. So what your commercial fishermen will do is they'll go out, they'll make their catch for the day, and then they'll come in and they'll sell them to other canneries similar to this one. And back in the day, this cannery was super busy, boats coming in and out all the time, but I don't believe it's in operation anymore. But I wanted to show you guys how beautiful this is. This would be on the west side of the island, where I've been living on the east side of the island. But this, when you come out of this bay here and you go over that mountain that you're looking at, it's more open ocean, and so actually the fishing is better on the west side of the island than the east side of the island. And another thing that's happening right now, guys, is the winter king season. Even though it's springtime, the king salmon and the orcas, the killer whales, are starting to come in thick right now. We saw a great big pod of them here earlier, but my camera just won't zoom in close enough for you to see them. But everything's coming to feed on these herring right now, guys. And there's an eagle out there right now. It looks like he just caught one, and I don't think you guys can see that. But anyway, guys, it's kind of neat to see some of the history of way back in the day in Alaska with this old commercial cannery. It'd be neat to see it restored. Maybe one day somebody with the money will do it. But there's some really super nice canneries on the island, and places where they can box and freeze, and then they'll ship and sell their commercial catch. But this is kind of neat down here, guys. It's just neat to look at all the boats and gear. And this is a really small marina down here, guys. The big marinas are the busy ones, and I'll try to make you guys a video of one of the bigger ones, and maybe we can see some of the fishermen's catches. And my hat's off to these commercial fishermen, guys. They work so hard. It's amazing, and their skills on the ocean are just pretty much unmatched by anyone. They're very skilled individuals. I would never have that kind of skill to run a big boat, and it takes a lifetime of knowledge that these guys have to do what they do. And it's dangerous on the ocean, and it takes a lot of intelligence to figure out the tides and the weather and the maze of Southeast Alaska and all these islands and where the fish are, and pretty amazing people, guys. They really are. And it's amazing the industry and the money that this herring runs brings into the state of Alaska. It's probably a multi-million, if not multi-billion dollar industry right now. And it's amazing when you see the herring, guys. Sometimes you'll see several miles long of the white sperm from the males, and you'll actually see it along the coastline. If I happen to see one of those where there's a big spawn, I'll stop and show you guys. I got here a little late today. It's high tide right now, and so you're not seeing too much action. During low tide you see quite a bit of action with the herring moving and coming into the shallows, and then as the tide comes up they continuously move into where they find debris. And it's weird with the herring eggs, guys, they lay and they're sticky, so when they squirt out they stick together. So one herring will come in, lay its eggs, and there'll be a big clump of eggs, and then another herring will come in and lay eggs right on top of those eggs, and before long it builds, you guys, to where there's just a great big huge mass of herring eggs. And it's really interesting to watch the fish. It again reminds me of Bear Lake and the Bonneville Cisco, except for the Bonneville Cisco, they actually lay beds like your salmon do, where they'll roll over on their side and they'll flip their tail and they'll make a little concave spot in the gravel, and then they'll dump their eggs. And some of them in Bear Lake will lay eggs out in a structure called Mariophilin, and it's kind of almost looks like an upside down pine tree. And maybe that's why these guys around the world use these pine trees, because those herring will actually lay their eggs on them, and they'll all stick together. And before long you can't even hardly see the tree branch or tree, guys, because it's so covered in eggs. And they're wonderful eating. I've had some people give me some over the years, and if you like caviar, they're not real fishy, guys. They taste more like fresh, like the sea, and they're just wonderful eating. They're good for you, something natural. And anyway, guys, just wanted to show you this really cool little marina and some of these neat boats. And my buddy's down here, we're helping him work on his boat for a little while today, and wanted to make you guys a quick little video while I was down here. Anyway, you guys have a super awesome weekend, super awesome Saturday. I'm going to try to make some fun videos if I can of the herring run, or I'll be back down catching some steelhead, and I'll try to make you guys another video of a big old steelhead. And anyway, you guys have a super awesome day. Stay blessed. Try to be kind, and do something kind from your heart without ever asking for anything in return, and it'll come back to you tenfolds over, guys. And anyway, I guess I've said it once, but I'll say it again. Send you a great big huge smile here from Southeast Alaska in this beautiful place. And you guys have a super nice day. Okay, see you guys. Okay, bye.